I'd like to welcome you all to the 17th Annual Camp Wyandotte Luncheon. I'm Connie Cotillier, or Luigi, Executive Director of Camp Wyandotte. We regret not being able to see you all in person, but we're so glad that we can be here together again. Lisa Graham has done a wonderful job again organizing our silent auction. You can still bid. The auction will close today at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Daylight time, yeah. Just go onto the website, campwyandotte.org, and click on the link on the homepage to take you to the silent auction. And now I'd like to introduce the chair of our board of directors, Lena Taylor. Lena?
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. As Connie said, I'm Lena Taylor, and I'm honored to be the chair for the board of directors for Camp Wyandotte, Inc. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our board members. We have Connie Cotillier, our wonderful executive director, Mike Hodra, our treasurer, Kendra McErlean, our secretary. We also have Joel Schaefer, Vance Tope, Lisa Graham, Matthew Smith, Bev Gish, Sharon DeLay, Nikki Lindley, and Jamie Foltz. On behalf of the board, I'd like to acknowledge and express our deepest gratitude and appreciation to Nikki Spretnick. The exciting news that will be shared shortly would not have been possible without Nikki's hard work, determination, and collaboration. Thank you, Nikki, for all that you have done and continue to do for Camp Wyandotte's future. Thank you.
Thank you, Lena. I would like to introduce the staff and the luncheon committee. Most of you know Chuck Woodrum, our site manager, Wyandotte site manager. Kit Goodwin, our office manager. Deb Zawacki, our Camp Ottumwa Day Camp Director, and Olivia Eccles, our Camp Wyandotte Camp Director. In addition, there are about 30 other seasonal and part-time staff. And because of their hard work and the hard work of our staff together, nearly 800 children enjoyed a wonderful camp experience this summer. Now I'd like to recognize the luncheon committee. They worked hard too. They are Alice Fuller, Bren Schaefer, Julia Biddamore, Lisa Graham, Megan Gish, and Nikki Spretnick. Thank you so much for all the hours that you put in organizing this event. We are fortunate to have many alumni with strong ties to Camp Fire and Camp Wyandotte. Our alumni mean a lot to us, and we're always wanting to recognize one of them that has passed on. And this year it is Amy Cornell Brennan, whose name was Sassafras. Amy is a graduate of Whetstone High School. She was active in Camp Fire throughout her youth, and she even earned the Wohelo Medallion. She cited Camp Fire and Camp Wyandotte experience for giving her the lifelong love of nature and animals. In her obituary, the family asked that memorial donations be made to Camp Wyandotte. We fondly remember Amy. This year we have a wonderful announcement. Many of you have hiked to Saltpeter or Paradise on the Cline Farm. The farm was purchased this year under the Clean Ohio Green Space Conservation Program. By state law, it can never be commercially developed. There will never be vacation cabins overlooking Saltpeter or at Paradise or at the end of Cabin Row. The owner of the farm is now Arc of Appalachia. Camp Wyandotte will have access to the farm through a perpetual easement. And now for a short video about the farm. If you would like to see the video again, it will be on our Camp Wyandotte website and on the Facebook page, along with a recording of this call. The preservation of the Cline Farm, the land adjacent to Cabin Row and Paradise, is now protected. In this slide, Camp Wyandotte is in blue. The Cline Farm is in red. And in green is Clear Creek Metropolitan Park. We were unable to apply for the Clean Ohio grant ourselves, so we sought the help of Arc of Appalachia, a land trust that has preserved over 7,000 acres in Ohio. Here is a photo of the director of Arc of Appalachia and board members near Pepper Peter, sometimes called Steamboat Canyon. They hiked the farm with us and quickly agreed to support this project. I'm pleased to introduce to you the director of Arc of Appalachia, Nancy Stranahan. Nancy?
Yes, thank you for letting me say a few words. I won't be talking long. Hey, everybody. For those of you who don't know us, the Arc of Appalachia is a land trust in Southern Ohio that focuses on fee simple, straight ownership of lands as opposed to conservation easements. And with our current campaign in process, which we're writing up now, we'll be moving toward over 8,000 acres of preserved land across Southern Appalachian, Ohio. This year, for the first time, jumping over 70 into Holmes County, Ohio. So we have our hands full, and it's a very, very exciting thing to do. We are finding ourselves in the last 3 years becoming very active in Hocking County for the first time in our 26-year history. And this Cline Farm actually represents the 5th property that we are stewarding in Hocking County. I don't have to preach to the choir here about how beautiful this county is. Just certainly one of the treasures in Ohio. And of course, the whole Clear Creek Valley is just so important, and the Hocking Hills to the south of that. So we are absolutely thrilled to be here. We bow our heads in tribute to the people associated with your organization that really made this possible. We were latecomers onto the scene. And I think it's kind of what the Arc is known for, is being fast when we have to. So we might be in a canoe, but we're strong paddlers, and we can get to the other side when we need to. This case, I may be remembering this wrong. Maybe this is like Nancy's personal mythology, but I think we only learned about this a few weeks before the grant was due. That's the way I remember it, because I remember thinking, oh my goodness, we have to write a grant in 3 weeks. Oh my heavens. So we did it. I think we scored really well. I think we came in second, and then the rest is history. So we're so thrilled to be working with you all. We love buying land, and we love nature education. And if I weren't doing this, I'd probably be on the bandwagon. I have this dream, which I know you're all going to love. I think, since we're spending so much money in our government right now, that what we should do if we really want to have a healthy forever nation is that every child, one way or the other, is supported to spend 1 week in the summer out in a camp and 1 week during the school year. 2 weeks a year, every single child, no child left behind. And so you have our full support. We're thrilled that we can have this collaboration. We don't have the staff to put on this immersive experience for children. Camp Wyandotte does, and they're doing it great for centuries. Long time. Okay, maybe not centuries. So I wanted to introduce a couple of board members that are here with us today. They're so honored to be here, and they'll just speak briefly, and then we'll turn the program back over to those of you who are here. But Dave Todd, I think, is here. Dave?
Yes.
Is the secretary of the board?
I'm here. I don't know if you're hearing me or not, but I do appreciate this partnership. It's a real thrill to be able to preserve land that's going to be used for educating young people. So this is a wonderful partnership, and thank you for allowing us to participate.
And also with us is the president of the board, Jean Farkas, and Jean has to run off and do a yoga class here in just a minute. So, but I think she's still here.
Yeah, I'm here. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, great. It's so thrilling to be here. I mean, what an impressive group. We've got 60 people here. I was just watching this and thinking this is really great, and so great that we could have this collaboration and this relationship and in saving land and for the benefit of everybody here. And it's so nice to hear that there are linkages, you know, with people, many of you contributing or staying at Beach Cliff. It was really fun to hear that. So I want to thank you for this collaboration, and we're just thrilled to be here and to be part of this.
All right, so thank you all, and good things lie ahead. This is not the end of these kind of collaborations. Think how much land we have to buy if we're going to send every kid to camp.
Yes. Thank you, Nancy and
Oh, you're
Jean
so
and
welcome.
Dave.
Thank you. And
It's going to be a pleasure to work with you.
We're going to scoot out fairly impolitely quickly since Jean does have a class, and this newsletter's got to be done by Monday, and it's
Good luck.
so thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a good meeting, everybody.
We're looking forward to continue work with them.
Yes,
Indeed.
yes, let's grow.
Well, now a little more about the Cline family. The farm was purchased by Benjamin and Lucille Cline in 1942. As our camp was purchased in 1928, we've been good neighbors for a long time. This is the photo of the original farmhouse where Ben and Lucille live. Camp Wyandotte campers would often come to get drinks from the water spigot. When I thought about the water spigot in this old house, I remember that, and I remember getting water from the water spigot when on a hike up that way. It just reminded me, and probably many of you, of a large wooden stile over the fence just past the buck cabin, in between camp and the Cline farm. It provided a double ladder-like access to the cow pasture. One winter, when the snow was very deep, I climbed over that ladder with a number of staff and sledded down the cow pasture hill on kitchen trays. Then another memory, one summer in the early 60s, I woke up to a counselor yelling, "There are cows in the flats and one of them is a bull." They had entered from the cow pasture through Paradise, past the nature cabin and dining hall, and down the road to the flats. Clifford Lindsay, Ben, and Jack Cline had to lead them back out the way they came in, on the trail they came in on. They could tell which way they came in because of the traces they left. So we have lots of memories for a long time of the Cline family and the farm. This is a picture of Ben and Lucille. Son Jack was a Marine during the World War II, and then he returned home to marry Helen Chesser. This is a sheep barn, a photo of Ben on the left and Jack in the sheep barn, and Jack became a professor of animal science at Ohio State University. Jack and Helen were married for 64 years and raised 8 children. Jack passed away in 2012, and Helen passed away in January of this year at the age of 91. We are pleased that Molly, Chris, Cindy, and Connie, and daughters of Jack and Helen are with us today. And I would like to introduce Molly, who has a few words to say. Molly?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for that, Connie. It was a lovely tribute. And I lost my internet connection on my laptop, so my beautiful background of the Mediterranean is gone, and you can see my junky office. But thanks for the introduction. I just wanted to take a couple minutes and tell you how pleased we are about this as well. We do have, my entire life has been spent here. My grandparents purchased the property, as mentioned, during the Depression, and they summered here and eventually moved here. And my parents summered here and eventually moved here permanently in 1969. And I was born in 1973. So I grew up here, spent my whole life running around on the farm. And I just wanted to kind of take a minute to talk about my parents and their belief in caretaking and stewardship. Dad was a professor of animal science at Ohio State, and he was a firm believer in the mentality behind the land grant university. He believed that knowledge shouldn't be an ivory tower type thing, and he did his research with the firm belief that it was to help people, particularly rural folks, and help improve their lives. And he believed the same thing about land, that private ownership was a beautiful thing, but that with the privilege of that came the responsibility of also sharing that. And so he always wanted to, grant access to the campers to allow them to see the beauty, particularly for kids who, didn't have the privilege and the opportunity of spending their lives on such beautiful property. He thought it was important to share that. He brought down his graduate students every year to walk around on the property and share that experience as well. So I know that Mom and Dad would both be very pleased with this partnership and ensuring that kids in the future, that the land itself will always be preserved and that kids in the future will always have access to it. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Molly. I don't know whether anyone else from the Cline family wants to say a few words. I invite you to do that. Camp Wyandotte is grateful to the Cline family and to Arc of Appalachia for supporting our camping program. For 93 consecutive years, we have been bringing children to nature. And now I would like to turn the program over to Olivia Eccles-Sparrow, our camp director, who will talk about some of the adventures our campers had this summer.
All right, thank you, Connie. I appreciate the introduction. I'm Sparrow. I was the camp director this past season. It was an exciting season for many reasons. We safely conducted programming for families and campers. Cline Farm means preserving this home for generations to come. It's a season worth celebrating. So we're going to watch a video clip soon, and it's going to feature Wohelo Bay. This is a special new campsite. It's located beyond the nature cabin, down the path across from Reflections near the edge of the lake. The Wohelo Keepers are our first ever conservation program unit. So these are advanced teen campers, and with the help of a naturalist and with their counselors Drop and Skip, they implemented several conservation projects around camp, including removing harmful invasive species, but also constructing a functional wetlands observation deck at Lake Atagahi. And the first cabin ever to use this special campsite that overlooks the lake and features the observation deck was Big Snake and their counselor Bumble. They were the first group to use Wohelo Bay. So I would like to introduce to you one of our counselors this past summer, Cindy Schoaf.
Thank you, Olivia. I'm so happy to introduce this special group of campers.
My name's Avery, and I am excited about the overnight, and I've never slept outside in a sleeping bag before, and I'm just so excited.
Hi, my name is Marison, and I'm looking forward to this overnight. Like, I really want to do this, and I'm really looking forward to cooking food over the fire. And I'm kind of a little bit unsure about sleeping, but I think that I'll feel a little bit more comfortable because I'm sleeping with all my friends that haven't done it either.
My name is Nadia, and I'm excited for the overnight. I'm really looking forward to cooking outside.
Hi, my name is Samantha, and I'm looking forward to having this dessert that I've never had before, which is tortilla, chocolate chip, marshmallows, and cheese.
Okay, are we all ready? Are we all set?
Yeah, I want to be on my leg, but I don't care.
Thank you very much for reminding me. Okay, girls, let's go. Oh, no, that's fine. All right, girls, Citrus is going to lead the way with Avery. I'm going to follow in the rear with With you, Nadia.
Walking, I'm just walking along, and I'm singing my walking song. I'm just walking along.
Almost there. So I think we can at least make it there.
Hiking, I'm just hiking along, and I'm singing my hiking song. I'm just hiking along.
Alright, let's stretch our arms for a second. Okay.
Oh, a water walker. What's a water walker? No, it's a water slider. Oh, is that wait, be careful, guys. Right there. No, she's setting a timer, and that's actually kind of loud. We don't have moss here. We don't have moss here to make her. No, we do. We have moss. Is there moss? Like on trees and rocks or in the forest. I'm not. Whoa, look! We can see our cabin from here. I know. Yeah, that's Fawn Cabin right there. That is.
What'd you say?
Do you think we have enough?
Maybe a little bit more tender.
Hey guys, is this good?
Thank you very much.
Guys,
Alright, keep
maybe
going, girls. You're doing amazing.
Each grab. Two of you grab a handful of tinder, so that we have. Oh, I just did. In my direction. Why?
You want to know something, Nadia?
Oh, look at that! It's like
Smoke
it'll
follows
be a bomb.
beauty. Do you know that?
I was just about to say that.
It's a bomb! It's a bomb!
Okay,
Well,
so
why
once
wouldn't it
the
be?
flame starts to spread, I'm actually gonna. You might have seen me do this before, but I'm gonna blow on the fire, and when I do this, it's really important that you girls step back.
You girls are gonna want to get out of the way
So
because it's going
sometimes
your way.
it helps. It is even better
No.
than you think. I know it looks
I'm
good
always
now and it
watching.
tastes even better. 'Cause I'm not usually like a huge sauce person.
If you try and you don't
When I found out that
it's also
beavers have see-through eyelids, that was kind of
Have you had this raw before?
yeah.
Oh,
Me and my sister make
it was
Oh, I
with
didn't
Jane.
know
It
that.
was with Jane.
Does your sister?
I've never had
Oh,
it
your
with
sister
bread,
does.
but I use bagels instead.
No.
That's what we do, pizza bagels. Hi. Don't bring it down.
I don't burn myself.
It's like starting to cook.
I know, isn't that crazy? So that's a good thing we put.
And that, my friends, is a pie iron pizza.
Now Tarzan has a tail.
Now
Tarzan has a tail.
And I hope it don't peel.
All right.
Oh, but
Would you like peanut butter?
Are you girls glad we went on the overnight?
Yeah.
Really fun.
Yeah. Here, right here. Tap. I'm gonna be sweating down.
Oh, yeah, we'll hear
Oh my
it.
god.
Okay.
Here, since you're over here, do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Oh, were you right? Okay. Okay, right. This is our Repeat After Me song.
This is our Repeat After Me song.
And a Do As I
Do
Do
you have
Safely song.
Do you see them right over there?
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Maybe not so safe.
Yeah, maybe it's
Okay,
not gonna
ready?
be so safe.
Yeah.
Tarzan.
Tarzan.
Swinging on a rubber band.
Swinging on a rubber band.
Oh, swimming in the ocean blue.
Perfect.
What if it catches on fire?
It won't. So foil won't catch on fire. I think.
I'm Bumble. I've been a camper for 9 years, a CIT for 2 years, and now a counselor for 2 years. I always come back because this is kind of an escape from the everyday world. It's like my home away from home. I love children. I love the outdoors. So it just makes sense to put them together. So I'm probably going to continue to come back here for a long time.
Oh my goodness.
A bit more.
A bit more oregano.
I had the amazing pleasure of being the counselor to the wonderful group of girls that was highlighted in the video. As a kid, coming to camp for a week every summer was my favorite part of the year. I had this unbridled sort of joy and giddiness about spending a week with my best friends at my home away from home. Coming back as a counselor and seeing that same amusement and liveliness reflected in the campers' eyes week after week serves as an extraordinary reminder that the charm of Camp Wyandotte never fades. It simply passed from one heart to another. Being able to share my unwavering passion for this camp would not be possible without having wonderful campers such as those I had in the Big Snake Cabin, our incredible staff, and of course, alumni and friends like you who help keep our camp alive. I am here to ask for your support so that the work of Camp Wyandotte can continue for another 93 years. Camp fees alone cannot cover all the costs of our organization, including the year-round expenses and the maintenance of camp. We are dependent upon donations to make up the difference. That is why this event takes place in November, to help us pay our bills during the winter. We ask for your support either by sending a check to our office or by using the online donation. If donating by check, please take the time to write that check now. Please note that we have a new address. If donating online, please see the blue donate button at the top of our homepage. In the chat box below, our link is posted. Some of you have already donated through the silent auction, and we thank you for that. If you would like to make a recurring monthly donation, we would be very grateful. Please contact the office to do this. And this is what we need to make it through the winter season. Today, we are asking 25 of you to donate $50. If you can do this, please write your check now or visit our website. And we are asking 35 of you to donate $100 and become a hiker for us. We are asking 15 of you to donate $250 and become an explorer for us. We hope that 10 of you will become Pathfinders and donate $500. With a $1,000 donation, 5 rovers will pay our rent and utilities this winter. Some of you can and may want to do more. Please consider becoming a Voyager at $2,500. You can help us purchase a $5,000 metal storage building to store our mechanical equipment. We cannot store this equipment under the pool as the chlorine causes the equipment to rust. Finally, we would be very grateful if one of you donated $5,000 as a Wohelo keeper. A major gift like this is essential to pay our insurance, our financial auditors, and other important professional services. Whatever you choose to give, we are truly grateful. Thank you for joining us today and helping us spread our love of this camp for many years to come.
Thank you, Sydney. Like Bumble and Sparrow, many of our staff have grown up at camp and are devoted to giving the campers the same wonderful experience that they received. We will be going to our Zoom rooms now, so you can socialize with your Wyandotte friends and meet some new ones. Megan will, let's see, but first, I'd like to remind you to visit our silent auction and join in the bidding. You have till 4 o'clock today to make your bid. There are some terrific deals there and one of a kind treasures. The 2022 calendar is also on sale on the auction page. There are pictures from the Cline Farm, Wohelo Bay, and information about both on the back of the calendar. This was truly a special year. Thank you all for coming and celebrating the Cline Farm Reserve with us. We are entering a new era for Camp Wyandotte, and so we are glad that you were here to help us celebrate. Our program is now over, and we will invite you to stay with us and socialize with your Wyandotte friends and meet some new ones.